problem. Yeah, fire it up. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. According to Verizon, it's 5:30, so we get to get started. My name's Doug McGibbon. This is the Village of Royal Palm Beach Special Magistrate Code Enforcement Hearing for Wednesday, February 13th, 2019. As I like to say, if you've got a code enforcement issue, you are in the right place. First thing we're going to do is swear everyone in. This will probably happen once or twice because we'll have strays come in, especially with the weather. So everyone raise your right hand, say I do, and we're done. Does everyone swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Everyone's got their right hand raised. It's good. Sometimes we get kids who don't know. All right. Most of our hearings tonight are either going to be fine assessment hearings or valuation hearings. In those hearings, the village will call your name. When you hear your name being called, you'll go up to that podium over there and identify yourself. The village will show you some documents. Even if you fixed your problem, they will show you some documents because that's what they do. They will present their side of the case. You will get a chance to present your side of the case. I get to make some sort of decision. That switches when we get to the fine reduction hearings. Those people have been through a violation hearing and a fine assessment hearing. They are asking for relief. They'll get to go first and the village will get to respond. There are only 3 of them. It's a short agenda. Hopefully we should be able to bang this out fairly quickly. So with that being said, please take it away, Village of Royal Palm Beach.
Sure thing. Amity Barnard, Assistant Village Attorney. We're starting on page 1 of the agenda, fine assessment hearings, case 18-1385, 209 Las Palmas Street. Leonardo F. Molina and Alexandra N. Naranjo.
You can't tell from the boat shirt?
Gail McLean, Code Enforcement for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. I'd like to enter into evidence the order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay, you have a signed green card, so you have service and you can proceed.
Leonardo Molina.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order granting continuance and setting status/fine assessment hearing with the signed green card. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership from property appraiser website. And Exhibit 3 is photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you, sir.
All right, admitted without objection. All right, so.
We were going to ask for additional time because he did a driveway permit to move the boat to, and when they were doing the driveway, they dug up his power. So he has to do power and then the driveway.
All right, so they said you're working on your problem, so you get more time. So how much more time are you talking about? Till when, till when?
We will ask for compliance by the
3 or 4?
Does your contractor have any idea?
If I FP&L scheduled me for February 27th.
Okay,
so that's when the power line it's going to be the pipe is going to be replaced, and then from there I have to schedule.
Your
hopefully
contractor
with good weather, I can schedule the compact and pouring in the concrete.
All right, so we're probably looking April.
Yeah,
if
the
you
April
really
hearing,
want to
so
do that.
compliance by the 1st of April or the
April Fool's Day. That's great. Okay.
or the 410 fine assessment hearing.
Okay.
And carry over the $25 a day fine.
Great. Mr. Molina, you're working on your problem. You seem to have achieved more problems working on your problem, but you're working through them. Hopefully you'll get it all taken care of. I had an open fisherman for like 25 years. Greatest thing in the world down here. So enjoy. Thank you for helping them try to get this solved, and hopefully it'll all be taken care of before the next hearing that you're supposed to come up to, and you'll be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Staying on the same page, next is 18-185011836 Oleander Drive, Pedro and Elsa N. Martinez.
I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, order finding violation, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
Okay. All right, you have a signed green card, you have service. You can proceed.
Your name for the record, sir?
Pedro Martinez.
Thank you, sir. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation. Page 2 of the order with the signed green card. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3, a photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you, sir.
All right, the violation says prohibited vehicle, should be prohibited trailer,
Yeah, well, it's prohibited.
prohibited something, trailer. Okay,
Special Magistrate, this has been out of compliance for 13 days, so we're at the fine assessment stage here. We're asking for a fine in the amount of $325 and continuing.
and can you explain what the problem is to the gentleman, so he knows again?
Now, he knows the equipment mounted on the trailer and the trailer itself needs to be screened from view.
Correct. And I did, as I've had my trailer, I've had my business since 2010, and I've had those blinds that you get at Home Depot, which with the wind, they rip. I have the holes and everything. I can do that, but I was looking as far as to enclosing the whole thing, which I got a contractor's price, which is outrageous. So then I got 2 quotes as far as doing the job. I do want to be in compliance with it, and enclosing it, I'm just trying to figure out what's more affordable.
Here's what's going to happen. Right now, you haven't complied by the date that they requested. So you're looking at a $325 fine plus continuing, and that's just math,
Correct.
If you go get your Home Depot screen, whatever it is, I went and bought one for my mother-in-law up in Kentucky because the sun was blaring in on her porch, and it's like, hey, let's put a screen there.
Correct.
Fair.
Correct.
If you get that and you get it installed, you stop the fines. So if you go out tomorrow and you put this thing up and you call her to inspect it, the fines will stop tomorrow. And then you can work on getting your enclosure or your gate or whatever other treatment you want to have done without running up more fines. And you don't want to do that.
Correct.
So, right now I'm kind of stuck with the process. And the process says you're out 13 days.
Correct.
So it's $325 plus continuing. But if he gets that screen and puts it back in the front, it'll stop his fine. And she's telling us right now in front of everyone, you get that thing up tomorrow and you call her.
Oh, no. Yes, and I can. I did call, and I've done it numerous times. I was just, getting, and then Christmas, of course, holidays and everything. But I did call a couple contractors.
Right. And
It's going to take a little bit of time. So I was actually just going to ask for. I'm going to do it and everything, be in compliance and be in code with you guys, which is not a problem. It's just
I do little steps, and the little step right here is get you out of trouble by putting your screen up.
Okay.
And this goes for everyone in the room. He can go to Home Depot right as he leaves here, go home tonight, put it up. And I've actually seen people do that. I mean, I live here in the village. And I watched the guy who I said, you got to fix your door. And on the way home, he was outside fixing his door.
Correct.
But it doesn't count until you call and have them inspect. Because they don't ride around going, I've had 1,000 things I've written this year. Which one is coming to compliance? I don't remember. So you have to call. And if you look at my order that you're going to get a few days from now, there's only one part of it that's in bold that says, if you have come into compliance, call for an inspection. So that goes for everyone in the room. As soon as you get stuff done, just get it complied. Then we can deal with a fine reduction later or whatever. You can come in and, it looks like if you put a fence gate there with...
Well, it requires a permit.
No, but the permit, I mean, whatever he's going to do is require a permit. But if you put a fence gate there and you had the fabric or whatever, the lattice screening, would that work?
Not lattice.
But something like a
Fence, which would require a permit.
yeah. But if you had a fence and the fence had screening on it, would that work for him? Without putting up a wall or a garage door or something like that?
Yeah, well, that's what I was looking at, and that contractor came out, about fell out of my chair. He gave me
Well,
big estimate, and I can't afford that right now, so that's why.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm just saying. You get this thing fixed, you call them up, you get the fine stopped.
I could definitely put it up tomorrow morning. We'll have the Home Depot one. I mean, the holes are already pre-drilled, so it takes 10 minutes.
Are you asking the code inspector to come by tomorrow afternoon to inspect your property?
Yes, that would be fine.
She'll put it on her schedule and she'll come on and the fine will stop tomorrow. Okay, and then you work on whatever solution you can afford or that you want to do or that you can do.
That'd be
Okay,
fine.
sir?
Yes.
All right, 325 plus continue is granted. You're going to have an inspection tomorrow to stop it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Next,
Moving to the top of page 2, 18-1655-10115 Southern Boulevard A and Josephine Tepedino Trust.
Margaret Hancock, Code Enforcement Inspector for the Village of Royal Palm Beach. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400 permit information.
Okay. It's not nearly as exciting because we don't have pretty pictures of the sign. All right, you have a signed green card, you have service, and you can proceed.
I have an old picture if you want it.
Can you state your name for the record
David Netzler.
and your relation to the trust?
I have no relation. I put the sign in for the franchisee.
Okay, so he's a contractor, signed contractor?
Right.
Do you have anything with you giving you authorization to speak tonight on behalf
Oh,
of the trust?
Taco, okay.
We're the ones pulling the permits to do the, I can't speak on behalf of the trust. I'm just trying to fix the problem.
All right, well, how do you spell your last name? How about we start with
And
that?
like a Nancy, Etzler.
Okay, they'll appreciate that later, believe me. And you're the signed contractor, and I'll let you speak.
I'll show these to you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation. Page 2 of the order, the signed green card.
Someone's microphone.
Exhibit 2 is,
Like a phone and interference.
can we
Oh.
slide that way, maybe?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep, that might have been
Sorry.
it. That's good. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership from the property appraiser website. Exhibit 3 is the village's ISO 400 permit information. Second page of that. And a third page. Do you have any objection to these documents?
I don't.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, quick question.
Sure.
Do you have, let's see, permit number 183078? Yeah, that's that one. Okay, good. This is, all
Yep, we'll get there. Let me
Okay,
get back
sorry.
to the
Good.
podium over there.
right.
Okay, so Taco Bell sign that adds the word breakfast, I assume.
Yeah.
I've been by that shopping center a billion times.
So the permit's
They've applied for the permit, but they had to go to AAR to get it approved because it's a different sign than the original sign. But now they've decided to remove that sign and put in an original, like it used to be. That's the email I got the other day.
Okay, so they changed the sign without getting a permit to change the sign. The sign requires architectural review. And
Now they're gonna
Mr.
go,
Netzler, tell us what you're doing.
What we've done, and I've got a purchase order from Lewin Foods, is the franchisee, the Taco Bell franchisee. They've ordered the sign that matches what was there. What we had put in was just what's currently their standard. The old sign was a custom sign. So they've gone back to the original manufacturer. They've ordered the custom sign. They've ordered the engineering. The reason we haven't applied for the other permit is because we don't have the engineering yet. As soon as we get the engineering, we can make application. So, and I talked to them today, and it is ordered. They don't know when it'll come.
All right, did anyone ever say anything about getting the sign permitted?
Yeah, we actually, under permit 183078, we had made application for the work that we did, and it got all the way through with Kevin Irwin, had gone all the way through the process, and we were calling to find out when it was, because we had other hearings that we were trying to make the deadlines for, and at one of the last deadlines, Mr. Irwin notified us that it had to go through this AAR, which is a several-month process, my understanding. And then that's when the owner decided to go back to the original. They had conversations with Mr. Irwin about if they put back the original sign, they won't have to go through AAR. So they just decided to do that instead of trying to permit this.
All right, so what does the village want?
Yeah, the issue here, Special Magistrate, is that nobody appeared at the violation hearing, and that would have been the time
To ask
have
for additional
conversations
time?
about additional time. So unless the code enforcement supervisor tells me otherwise, we're at the point where we need to start a fine running. Your order finding violation was back in December, so they were given several months to comply. I understand he's going through a separate process, but that doesn't change the fact that no one appeared at the time of the violation hearing to request that additional time.
Yeah.
We were in communication. We were under the understanding that we didn't need to because we were in process and, doing what we could. We can't control your process. We can't control, any of the other people involved in this. All we can do is make the application, try to get to the place where we can put the sign in.
Okay.
So,
Um,
otherwise I would have
The
been here.
the problem the village is telling me is that if you had applied for this continuance at the violation hearing, they would probably have given you additional time because you were in the system, and they would have understood that you would have had to do an AAR review, which would have taken months. Correct?
Yeah, more time. They were given
They
a
would
couple
have
of
given-
months, but it
They would have been
required
given
additional time.
more time than the 2 months they normally give you. And,
Okay,
it's the franchisee who's the property owner, I take it. They're the ones who got notified?
No, it's held in trust.
It's not the trust is?
it's a shopping center, so this is just an out parcel to the
Right,
shopping
but I don't
center.
know who owns the art parcel of the shopping center.
They do.
They do?
Taco Bell, the people do.
Because all I saw was Louisville right there. Was that Louisville? I remember a green card.
Yeah, I don't have that in front of me, but yeah, Louisville, Kentucky, yeah.
So here I am once again stuck in the process.
Correct.
You seem to have a decent argument for a fine reduction because of all your current contacts with Kevin Irwin. But right now, where we are in the process, I'm just stuck with having $325?
Now for 13 days, yes, sir, 325 and continuing.
$325 plus continuing is where we are. I mean, I'm in the process where it's time for a fine right now, and the time to ask for additional time was 2 months ago with the violation hearing.
Okay. I'd like to ask Margaret because my understanding was that my office was in communication with code enforcement and that we did not need to appear, or we would have been here.
Can you rephrase that again? I didn't hear you.
My understanding is from Isabel in my office was that she had been in communication with you and Kevin, and that there was not a need that they were going to ask for a continuance at this hearing, wherever this other decision was made, where we didn't show up. We did not know we needed to be here, or I would have come down.
I never tell anybody not to be here, and I explained that to her, and I told her what our recommendations were going to be, and she had said that it was too difficult for somebody to get here.
Okay.
Okay, so she's not lining up with your person's
Okay, well.
story either. So I'm stuck at the 325 plus continuing until it's cured.
Well, here's my problem with that. I have no idea how long the engineering process is going to be, and I have no idea how long your plan review process is going to be.
It
So,
sounds like you don't need a plan review if it goes back to the original sign.
Well, it still goes through. A permit that comes in is normally, we tell everybody 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah,
But a permit process rather than architectural
Yeah.
review is
Where
what
the
he's getting
architectural
at.
review would be 3
Additional
months.
time, correct.
Yeah.
right, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about if they threw in the same original
They still
sign
have to pull a permit.
tomorrow, they'd have to pull a permit, but they wouldn't need the architectural review. So that's kind of where you're stuck to. You can try to pull the permit as you've got it in, right?
I don't have the sign. They have to
You don't have
build
the
a
sign, so
custom
you don't have the
sign.
engineering? So I can't sit here and go, okay, well, I'll wait 10 months until you get the sign and the engineering done. You know, what is my comfort level that this is going to be accomplished in a responsible manner when you didn't fulfill the, time limits under my violation order, which I signed 2 months ago? You've already shown yourself to not be responsible in that manner, and now you want more time to do more for something that may or may not happen when you don't know when it's going to happen. That's what you're telling me. You don't know when the engineer's
Again, I'll
coming
ask
out.
Ms. Hancock, how often does my office contact you in regard to this?
Isabel,
Yeah,
we email and phone calls
Fairly
occasionally.
often.
Yeah.
okay. So the irresponsibility piece, I'm not buying that.
Okay, well, I'm buying the fact that it's a $325 fine and continuing.
Okay? I'll tell the owner.
Tell the owner.
Next
We
is
done?
18, yes,
Done.
sir. Thank you. Next is 18-1702-10627 Misty Lane, Christine A. and Randall G. Ives.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400 permit information.
Okay. Thing's been in permitting since October. All right, signed green card equals service.
State your name for the record.
Randall Ives.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order, previous order finding violation. Page 2 of the order with the signed green card. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership.
Awesome.
Exhibit 3 is the village's ISO 400 permit information. An additional page of that. Do you have any objection to these
No,
documents?
not at all.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. All right, so shed without a permitted and setback, kind of a normal thing here. But this one seems to have a October date with a
Yeah, I'm not
application.
sure why it's still held up in permitting.
Well, yeah, 2 to 3 weeks is normal. That would be November. This is February. I mean,
18/28/62.
okay, well, nothing's gonna happen to you because they're not doing anything. I'm giving you more time because they
So-
need to get through the permit process and deny you or grant you.
Well, I mean, I think I need to apply for a variance. I think that'll
That,
fix
that
it.
may be the case, but they need to deny you before they come up here to me and go, yeah, you're wrong.
Okay.
I mean, so they're gonna get, what's our time frames on our violations?
I'm sorry, sir.
I mean, what's the time frame for doing on violations? It's like 2 months from now, right?
Yes. Depends, yeah.
Yeah,
But
give 'em
this
the-
one, we can do the compliance by 4/1 or 4/10, or maintain the $25 a day fine.
4/1, 4/10, 25. This is gonna be a status fine assessment hearing. That way we can do either. I mean, if he's got an app in on September or in October, he should be denied in November or December and then come before me.
That's
then you
fine.
would've got-
And I'll come in this week and apply for the variance as well. So
Okay.
that gets started.
Yeah, something should have happened by now on the village's side, so I can't penalize you for that. Okay.
You did, and I just went back in there again.
4/1, 4/10, 25.
Okay, thank you.
And then return for revision. I saw the first one, and now that's all the evidence they've found. So that's where the variance comes in.
So that's why, yeah. So it's a little bit different. So back in October, they told you you needed to apply for a variance.
Well, in my my last appearing here, which I guess was November or something, we asked for more time because we were going to try and figure out if there were other options rather than a variance. So,
Right, but that's why nothing's gone on with your permit. You submitted your permit and it's actually rejected as it sits because your shed is showing that it's 5 feet from the property line and it needs to be 7.5. So
Correct.
they'll never issue a permit. That's why it's just sitting there. The permit will, basically the application will go null and void after 6 months of sitting in our office.
okay.
Because you needed to come in and apply for a variance. Variance isn't gonna be issued in.
Well, at least he'll be in the process, or he'll be, you have until April 1st to either, if you're gonna be in the process, at least your fine will be smaller then, or you're gonna move that shed out of there.
Well, do you actually want to set it for status slash
That's what he
fine?
did.
That's,
status
I did
slash fine.
status
okay.
slash fine for
Sorry, I
4/1.
didn't hear that.
So we can see what you can do, because if you remove it, you're fine. If you get a variance, you're fine, but you just can't leave it in limbo.
Understood.
And the village really shouldn't leave you in limbo. They should have just said rejected, it's in the setback. And then, it's not clear from the record that I saw, but now it is.
Fair enough.
Okay, 4141025, and let's see if you can get it done.
Thank you very much.
All right, next.
Thank you. 18-1797100103, Pinafore Lane, Mark F. Toussaint.
I'd like to know the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, ES 400, permit information.
Oh, your staple or your paperclip's right in the middle of the permit information. Okay. Plan
They've
check.
applied for the fence permit. It just hasn't been printed yet.
Okay, because it's in plan check.
Yep.
It should be out soon, I would hope. All right, you have an affidavit of posting, so you have service.
Can you state your names for the record before I come over there? So
Mark Toussaint
Thank you. Is the other gentleman going to speak?
is with me, yes.
His name?
Eric Sharumka,
All right, Eric, is that with a C or a K?
Cheromcka.
No, I'm talking about the
Eric
Eric.
with a C.
Oh, good, okay, that was the first part. First name, last name, but you got to the last name first.
And your relation?
Just
That-
friends.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are the exhibits. I'll show you these, and at the end ask if you have any objection. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service
Okay.
of the order finding violation. Page 2 of the order. Exhibit 2 is, proof of ownership from property appraiser.
Very good.
Exhibit 3, permit information.
Okay.
Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
All right, admitted without objection. All right, so we have a new fence without a permit, and he's getting a permit, or he's applied for the permit.
He's
and
applied for it.
It's
as a
in plan check, and it was on plan check in January 31st, is that correct? Something like that? My short-term memory works for a
Yes.
couple minutes at least.
Yeah, they
Okay.
applied for it on the day they were supposed to come
All
into
right, now the
compliance.
second part is house needs repairs. Do we
They
have pictures or
repaired that.
something? They repaired that, so that's off? Should I, finding a fact, or is that just out?
I continue to comply.
It'll say continue to comply in the order, yes, sir.
That was the finding of fact. All right, okay. Know where the lay of the land is here. Go ahead.
And again, we're at the fine assessment hearing stage. This has been out of compliance for 13 days, so we're asking for a fine to start and be assessed in the amount of $325 and continuing.
And here's my problem with that. We have something in plan check from the 31st. This is now, is there any reason we know that this would not be approved?
None that I know of, but they were to comply by the 31st, so on the
I
very
know they were
last
supposed to
day,
comply by the 31st, but now they're being held up by plan check or whatever.
The 31st.
So they submitted it on the same day that they were required to comply, is the issue.
Okay, so,
Right, and it takes a minimum of 2 weeks to get
Okay.
stuff. I mean, we have developments and stuff going on.
I
Permits
understand.
aren't being issued in 3 days anymore.
No.
It's a minimum of 2 weeks.
2
to
weeks,
get a
so he
permit.
needed to get this in 2 weeks before then?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
And your order was from December 17th.
that's why
so
we give them more time at that hearing
Okay.
to get that permit.
So,
Might I state that it is actually not for a new fence, it's just for a gate repair? But,
well, here's my problem. I signed this order on December 17th,
okay,
okay? Nothing happened, and he was supposed to get it done by January 31st.
well,
And then something finally happened on January 31st, which was the application for the permit, not the issuance of the permit. And there's no reason why this couldn't have been done in the beginning of January, giving you more than enough time to get the permit issued.
with all
That's
due
my problem.
With all due respect, Your Honor, there were some other matters that were hanging, and we've been working on everything diligently to the best of our ability to clear up, comply in all areas and get everything done. And I was not aware of the fact that we needed to apply for the permit before the 31st. It just said that we needed to get a permit for the fence repair by the 31st.
By the 31st, not on the 31st. So you did the hard stuff. The easy stuff is to do an owner-builder application for a permit.
That's been done. That was
That's the
all
easy
done.
thing. That could have been done in a heartbeat. It doesn't require a whole heck of a lot of stuff. Just his homestead property, copy of his survey, wherever sort of basically drawn where the thing is. The survey probably even had the fence on there.
But the list of items that needed to be addressed was
I know, and that's what
rather
I'm saying. He
lengthy
did the
with-
hard crap, but he
with
just
yard work and pressure cleaning
understood, but
and a fence repair and
you know, why am I signing orders that say do something by this time if people are just going, I'll do it at the last day?
And Special Magistrate, nobody appeared at the violation hearing, so there.
So yeah, and then
could
if
have been
people appear
clarification
at the
about what was
violation
required.
hearing, you tell the guy, here, have another couple months for your boat. You know, here I am right now, you know, and I can tell you've complied because house needs repairs. It's much harder than getting a fence permit. I have a fence, I permitted it, it wasn't a big deal.
we installed the fence. The fence was permitted 2 years ago to be installed, but the gate broke in the hurricane. And
Oh, then you just get a permit to fix the gate and you go up there and it's like, why did you wait till the last minute, sir? Why did you wait till the last minute?
We're waiting on the insurance to help us out to do it.
You're waiting for an insurance check to fix a gate on a fence.
To face not only the gate, I
The
have
house
some damage
too.
in the house. So
The house is a different
until now,
story.
I still don't get any help from them yet.
Well, this is just the fence gate, though. I'm trying to deal with the problems you have in front of you,
And
not the
let-
other
let me-
problems you have that aren't in front of me.
Let me also tell you, Your Honor, my house actually is on foreclosure. So I lost my job. I spent a year without no job at all. So my financial situation has completely changed. So there's certain thing, I know it's a priority. I want to keep my house pretty. I want my children to have a safe place.
Understood. But if you're in foreclosure, that's going to be the bank's problem.
well, that's being resolved too.
That's being resolved
We're
right now.
working as hard as we can on everything, and I'm sorry that we waited till the last minute on the permit, but we've been working for 2 months to get everything right so that it
So,
would be.
so here I am.
so
You've
we
been,
could comply.
You've been diligently late.
I
And
just,
they're sitting here saying, we have an order that was signed 2 months ago that gave you time to do all this stuff and you just waited.
I just got a
Now,
job
how do I
2 months
balance
ago.
that? How do I balance
just got
that?
a job 2 months ago, Your Honor.
That's wonderful, but how do
And-
I
and-
balance
and I'm
what's
starting
going on here
working
before
things
me?
out. I'm trying to put everything in compliance with the city, with
With the mortgage,
with
with
the mortgage
everything.
and everything else.
All right, what's the village's position?
The time to ask for additional time is the violation hearing, and no one appeared to ask for more time then. So we invalidate the system if
Oh, it's,
compliance is.
you can come back here for fine reduction and explain all of this, but for right now, you don't have a permit issued for the fence that you're supposed to have done by the 31st. So 325 plus continuance granted.
Thank you. Next is 18-1831, 135 Ider Court, Sarah M. and Dadrian T. Bobo.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, permit information.
Okay, you have an affidavit of posting, so you have service.
Yep, Sarah Boa.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the affidavit of service for the order finding violation. Page 2 of the order. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is the ISO 400 permit information. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
All right, admitted without objection. So, no fence permit.
No.
Why did I pull a fence permit if no one else in the village is pulling them? You know, it's cheap.
When I went to go pull it in January, when I came to pick up the packet, when I have the survey, I didn't realize that you had to get a survey that was 2 years or older. Like I got it in 2016, so I didn't realize I needed a new land survey for it.
Not for a fence.
That's what she told me in the office.
Who told you?
Whenever I went to go get the packet, to go like step by step, she said I needed a land survey and it had to be 2 years or on. I have this land survey here from 2016, but she said it had to be 2 years and 2 years and older,
Younger. But
younger,
for a
yeah.
fence, no, you can use any.
So I can use this one. Okay, then I can get it going tomorrow.
That,
Misinformation.
yeah, this is a status/fine assessment hearing for another month or so. I mean, she should have been able to just put that in with
So
that.
can I just show this to you real quick? When I apply it, when I build the fence, is this how I'm doing it? Can I draw it on here?
I'll show you when
Okay.
you come in.
Go find Lou. She knows what.
I'll be there
It,
tomorrow.
when I went there, the girl that I was speaking to, she had to go speak to somebody else, and then she came back. So I don't know. So been working overtime to get the survey.
Status/fine
And then
assessment 41410.
If you were gonna do a shed or a playground or something like that, you would need a newer shed, but not for a fence.
I knew a survey.
Okay, well, you just saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, this is going to be a status fine. She should have been able to apply for this just with the old survey.
That's fine.
Perfect.
Okay? Sorry you got some bad information. I'm not
Thanks.
going to penalize you for it.
So I can just go tomorrow and I can start the
Go
process?
tomorrow, start the process. If
You'll
you're
be there
just
tomorrow? Okay.
replacing
Okay.
small pieces, it's probably just going to be a small permit fee. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Next, 18-1840114 Grandview Circle, Jennifer L. Rodriguez and Rodrigo P. Ovejero.
Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, AS 400 permit information.
Okay. 2017 mechanical. Who knows? Air conditioner,
Driveway extension.
not a driveway usually.
Can you get your names for the record?
Rodrigo Ovejero.
Jennifer Rodriguez.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the order finding violation with the signed green card. Page 2 of the order. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is the village's ISO 400 permit information. Any objection to these documents? Thank you.
I think, he had his full name. I think she said Shauna Rodriguez. Excuse me, miss. What was your name again?
Jennifer Rodriguez.
Oh, Jennifer. Okay, I got you. All right, got them both. All right. So we have an unpermitted driveway extension. What does that mean?
Well, they had a driveway permit, and they went past that, way past where it was
Permitted
approved.
to go.
Right, so they need to get a permit for
The rest of it,
additional driveway.
is that in a setback area or is
Maybe,
perhaps? Because, what?
Driveways don't have setbacks.
Okay, no driveway setback issues? So it could be closer to the neighbor's lot line? So that's acceptable?
that's a lot of concrete, so I'm not sure if they're gonna,
Yeah, they might, what's the,
Oh, it's an impervious surface problem?
right,
maybe.
maybe.
Oh, you
Yeah,
guys
it
are
depends
just
on where the driveway is. I don't know where this
You're
is
just-
located, but
digging up more stuff here. Let's just deal with the driveway permit. All right, so you got a permit and you got a little frisky with it?
What I like to state is we bought this house in 2017. From what my neighbors told me, that driveway's been there since 2003. We purchased the home. We thought everything was permanent. We were told everything was permanent. So this whole time we've been trying to get some kind of counsel to see how we go through this. We're responsible for that. It's the previous owner responsible for that.
You bought the problem.
Right. That's what I've.
Here's
found out the
your
hard
legal
way.
advice.
Right.
You bought the problem. Your title insurance company is going to laugh at you because it really doesn't affect title at all.
Right.
And you're the one who's got to fix the problem. And you'll be shocked to see how many people come in here and say, but that shed's been here since 2001.
From the research I've done, I've also I've learned that the hard way, I guess.
So, yeah, like I tell people, I mean, there are two people who probably came into the village and actually looked up the permit history of their properties. One was my former partner, one was probably me.
Well, we've learned that this is our first property that we've bought, so we haven't really had much experience with permits, stuff like that. So I know
Welcome to the
ignorance
world.
isn't.
You'll be surprised.
Yeah.
I have a fence permit.
Right.
I have a playhouse permit.
We have a lot of plans that we plan on doing, and we didn't know we needed to do. So some of this stuff has been education.
Well, you're going to have to. Updated surveys are always cheaper than new surveys, so try to make sure you have a surveyor that's kind of young and will
Right.
stay in business. All right, so these people bought a problem that they didn't know about.
Unfortunately, these respondents also did not show up at the violation hearing. So, we're in the same conundrum here. This is a fine assessment hearing.
Yeah, but there's different, at least in my mind, there are different levels of this. Most of these people that didn't show up at the violation hearings created their problems.
I have talked to them several times. They did go into the office to get a permit, and according to Josephine, that they have other issues that they need to permit as well, that show up on their survey, that is not permitted, and they still have not yet pulled the driveway permit for the extension. They need to
Okay.
do that to get out of code enforcement, and then they can work on the other issues, but they do need to get the driveway.
If I could just quickly state, we are planning on ripping that stuff out because the problem that you mentioned earlier is, I guess there's a certain amount of concrete you can have.
Yeah, impervious surface area.
Exactly. So, quick calculation I've done, I'm pretty sure that we won't be able to keep that driveway, so I have to rip it out. There are some circumstances that don't allow me to do that at the moment right now, but I mean, if I go get a permit for something I'm going to pull out, I mean, that's kind of pointless.
Well, actually, you're supposed to permit to removal, aren't you?
Are you really? Oh, jeez.
I don't know about a driveway.
Okay. I'm just asking people, I don't know all this stuff. You think I come here with a code in my
If it
head?
wasn't permitted to begin with, and that he's taken out the driveway that was done without a permit,
Permit, it's
I
just
don't know that
removal.
yeah, just remove it.
How much is a concrete saw? You may want to invest.
It's very expensive, and I'm probably going to use it one time, so I'm thinking about maybe just hiring a
You
company.
rent them
Or,
at Home Depot.
yeah, and a jackhammer too. They also, but
No, what I do want to say is when I went in there to try to get the
she's
permit,
stigmatized.
I think her name was Jacqueline. or
Yeah,
Josephine, she told me, she's like, you're not being cited for any type of permits. So that's why I was like, okay. So she went and she talked to some other lady in the back, and she's like, I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the correct screen. And then she's like, no, she's like, you're not being permitted for any type of, cited for any type of permit on your property.
That's not what she told me. She
Okay.
told me that she explained to you
And I
that
was
you
there
needed
for
to
almost 2
permit other
hours.
issues.
No, she did tell me about
also.
the other issues, but she told me as far as the citation, she said, I did not have anything as far as a citation for a permit for any type of concrete slab or anything. She told me we had to remove the truck, I guess some pieces of woods that were on the side of the house, but she never, she literally went to the back, talked to another woman because she wasn't too sure about it. And she's like, no, I want to clarify with her, make sure I'm telling you the correct information. And she said, no, you're not being cited for any type of permit.
But we spoke to husband after that too, though.
I was actually there with her when we spoke
Yeah,
to
he was
Jacqueline.
going in and out with the baby.
But you
'cause-
came in and talked to
Yes,
me
I did.
and my
yes.
supervisor.
Exactly. Yes.
So they've been working on it, sort of. Yes, no? Nothing's applied, nothing's
Things
done?
applied for.
But I'm not sure why would I apply for it. I'm going to remove it. That's why I really haven't.
Well,
The issue is you could have removed it, but you haven't removed it by the compliance
Oh.
date. So
so here you go. Show up at the violation hearing, ask me for more time, you'll get it, and you get to figure out what's going on. You just don't show up at the fine assessment hearing and go, I didn't do anything because I didn't know. Or you not get that ignorance of the law is no excuse stuff,
Right.
since
No, I
before
completely
law
understand.
school.
I completely understand, and you are completely right about that. But we
No,
were
and-
under the understanding that for some reason, I thought I wasn't supposed to show up to that hearing because I had complied with some of the things. And the paper I have here says I'm compliance with some things. It's just there's 2 things. It was the truck and the concrete that I wasn't in compliance with. So I thought I didn't.
But I also stopped at the house one day and spoke to wife
Right.
about the truck was there again, and it could be written as a repeat violation because it's a prohibited vehicle. And I explained to her that day that she needs to get the driveway extension permit.
Right, and right after that is when I went in And I told her, I need to get the slab of concrete permitted. I don't even know what part of the driveway it is, because we bought the house like that. And she's the one who told me, let me look up to see what they're citing you for. And she told me, she's like, I don't see anything on here that says that they're citing you for a permit for a slab of concrete.
We went in there with the intentions to get the permit
Right.
that day. Since then, we've decided it's just gonna be easier just to take it out because of that rule of the easement or whatever.
Impervious surface.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So here I am again. I love weighing these things. All right, first time homeowners, 4/1/4/10/25, get something done. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you permit it. I don't care if you unpermit it. I don't care if you cart it away. This is it. You should have shown up at the violation hearing. If anyone's watching on TV, show up at the violation hearings. I mean, right now, you know, this is not the time to do this, but I'm giving you a break. Do not make it a mistake on my part.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You'll get an order in the mail next week.
And Special Magistrate, do you want that to be a status?
That's
Yes,
fine
thank you, sir.
assessment. Because if nothing happens the next time, it's going to be a fine from whenever the date was supposed to be.
Next is 18-1899, 174 Bob White Road, Michael R. and Stacy L. Russo Jr.
No, we can't get off this page to save our lives.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1,
Seven-page
notice of
agenda.
violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Our mistake.
Yeah. Here's someone who needs an extra driveway. Here we go. You have a signed green card, you have service. Please state your names for the record, please.
Michael R. Russo.
Stacy Russo.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the previous order finding violation. Signed green card. Page 2 of that order. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. Property appraiser website. Exhibit 3 is the village's ISO 400 permit information.
Yes.
And exhibit, it should be 4, is photographs of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
Okay, so you have extra vehicles, I take it?
Yes,
And you have blue tags. I love me some blue tags. I've got 2 of them.
I do too.
But one of mine lives in the garage and the other one lives in my double wide circular driveway with all the other cars that are in the driveway that are not on the grass and chewing up holes. So what's going on?
Well, we have cars actually in the garage, and we went ahead and we permitted for a extension of our driveway, and the contractor, he's backlogged, he can't get to it yet with the rain and everything, so we're looking just to get like a 60-day extension. The permit was already approved at the beginning of January, I believe.
Did you show up at the violation hearing?
I was told I don't need to do that.
The village is not opposing her request for extension of time.
Okay.
Special Magistrate.
What
We
time?
would ask that this be continued to the require compliance by 4:30 or appearance at the 5/8 fine assessment hearing
Okay.
or a fine of $25 a day.
They took mercy on you, granted.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
you've got until April 30th to get it
Okay.
done. Talk
We
to your
will.
contractor. Tell him you're gonna get fined if you don't do it past that
Believe me,
date.
I'm on him, believe me.
Well, my brother-in-law is a contractor. Love him dearly as a brother-in-law. Contractors are all entertaining.
I do have a question, though. If he's just so backlogged and he can't get to it, is it okay to get another contractor and to use that same permit, or do
You
I
have
have to
to
start
pay a
over?
fee to change the contract.
Contractor
But
form.
if he's so that backlogged, you may want to just do that just to be done with it. What's the change of contractor fee? $100?
Yeah.
But it'd be
$100 to get you a new contractor and maybe get you a driveway.
You can
Okay.
come see me
Oh.
and we can explain it. to you.
Okay, I just don't want to wait too long,
No, you don't. And, really, how long should it take to pour a slab.
I know, and
It's
we
like,
really want it.
Make
believe me.
a box, put some wire down and pour.
Right. Believe me, the rest of the yard looks great. It looks great, and we really take pride of it. Okay.
Believe me, I'm a fan of the old cars. Please, 68 Jeeps, 87 GT Mustang. I'm loving these
Nice.
things. All right, next.
Thank you. Moving to the violation section of this
Repeats.
agenda, page 4, we're moving to.
Oh, 3? No one's on 3. All
No
right.
violation hearings. 18-2056, 222 Kingfisher Way, Verse at Royal Palm Beach LP.
Ah, okay. Here we go. Halfway down.
The code section is 16-1, 2021, 2661 G2, and 2667. Operating without a business tax with the village. Signs were done without a permit. Containers in parking spaces without permits, and dumpster enclosure in disrepair. I observed this violation on 12/28, mailed the violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Service via USPS truck and confirm. You have
Can you state
service.
your name for the record, ma'am?
Yes, my name is Teresa Mullen. I'm the community manager.
You spell your last name?
Yes, Mullen.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence.
Okay.
I'll show these to you, and at the end, ask if you have any objection. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, notice of violation, and proof of delivery. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership, which is from the property appraiser website. Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violations.
And that's been repaired.
Do you have any?
So I have the new tenant inspection request.
Okay, we'll get there.
We'll
Let me
get there.
these in
We
and
just-
we'll get there.
Sorry.
That's okay. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank
All
you.
right, admitted without objection. All right, so operating without a business tax receipt, that's easy. Signed without a permit, not as easy. Yeah, you
Special Magistrate, Code Section 26-61 G2, which is the dumpster enclosure and disrepair, is a finding of fact.
Okay, dumpster FOF. Okay, so, well, at least they're in the violation section. They showed up. So what's going on?
So the dumpster enclosure has been repaired.
That's what they said. Yep.
I came over as soon as I received this via email from the corporate office about going to get a new tenant inspection request. So I have proof of that, and everything's been approved.
Okay.
The enclosure's been completed. The next thing was to get permits for the signage. Lisa Gross, who's in charge of that specific area, has been conversing with a young lady by the name of Lauren McPherson. I have an email about getting permits and for the new signs. I have the email on that. That hasn't been completed, but they are working on that as well.
The permits are in the office for the signs, but I don't
Here?
know. Yes, I don't know how long it's going to take to process.
Weeks. from what
Yeah, I
heard.
didn't know, I didn't know that, so.
All right, so
So that's, I'll just let her know permits are in
It
the
came in
office.
2-1.
In this office, ma'am? Over in this?
Yeah,
where-
in our
okay.
permitting office,
Okay.
yes. They came in on 2-1.
On 2-1? Okay, awesome.
So if we give them till 4/1, it should be issued? Is that what we're doing with these normals?
Ms. Walker, are you okay with 4-1? For just the permits, you're okay with that?
Okay, 4/1,
Just for the
4/10
sign
for the
permits?
signs? That's
Correct.
fine,
Our recommendation for the remaining sections is comply by 228.
Wait a second.
let's just,
Yeah, they did the new tenant, but the new tenant inspection, you have to get the BTR within 60 days. And
I don't know what that is.
business tax
The
receipt, it
actual-
used to be the occupational license. Whoever got the tenant inspection done, did they get their license?
Not yet. That's been ordered, and we're waiting on that to come in. And she was going to call the city, and Rachel, who
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. She just needed to get a business tax receipt.
Right, but their business tax is done by how many units are there,
Okay.
and it's so much per every unit. So for them to get their business tax receipt, they have to have that inspection, and that's signed off by fire and building?
Yes, ma'am.
So, and then there's an application that your corporate needs to fill out and bring over, but you are charged by every unit that's in there. There's a
Okay.
percentage.
That's fine.
Okay, so what are you ordering? You said you ordered something from corporate.
Oh, she's working on getting the, what you said, I'm sorry. The
Business tax receipt license?
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
so that one you think will be done, how long does that take to do a BTR?
Tomorrow, if they have all the
Yeah,
information.
she can comply by
So that's
228.
228?
Yes, sir.
I just want reality. All right, 228,
Or the 313 hearing.
313 for the
$50.
BTR,
Right, or a $50 a day
or
fine for
50
that.
for the BTR.
But for the signs without a permit, compliance with 541, or the 410 fine assessment hearing, or $50 a day fine.
See, I've got my Venn diagrams here. It's all good. All right, granted.
Thank you.
All right, so get your business tax receipt before the end of the month. It's a walk-in process, and the sign, I'm allowing you till April 1st to get that permitted. And the permit to be issued.
Thank you.
Okay. Next.
Thank you. Next is 19-0004, 763 Orchid Drive, BAF1 LLC.
Are we all done? I'm sorry.
You are done until you get my order,
Never done this
and then
before.
you'll be almost done. Next.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We got peeps that need to get
I
into
know, I
your
do
spot.
apologize.
No problem. I'm sure she wants to get out too.
Gotta drive back to Palm Bay.
Back on hers and the containers as well, right?
Oh, the containers?
That's 228.
Excuse me, ma'am. Those containers have to be out by 228 as well. 228, okay. Okay? BTR plus containers. I want to make sure everyone gets it in the actual hearing. And you are?
My name's Alexandra Egan, and I'm agent for BAF1 LLC.
Spell your last name, Alexandra.
EGAN.
So easy. A-N.
Sorry.
And what's your title?
I am the resident experience specialist, so I deal with all the tenants.
Okay, so you're property manager. How's that?
Sure.
I'm writing resident.
Oh, you can write down resident experience person.
It's my official title. So.
All right, so.
Okay, the code sections are 1557 and 15132. High grass and weeds. I observed this violation on 1/2/19. Mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. Like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
You have a wonderful stamp there from your mailroom. I love that.
Are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence? Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, notice of violation with the signed green card. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership, and Exhibit 3, photographs of the violations. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
All right. Makes me feel better than I mowed yesterday, because I looked at that and went, eh.
Yeah.
All right, so when do you want them to fix it by?
We're asking for compliance by 228 or the 313 fine hearing.
Get
or
it done by the end of the
$25
month?
fine.
Yep.
Okay. 228, 313,
Yes,
or
sir.
25?
Yes, sir.
Remember to call immediately after they cut so they can go by and go check. And you get your affidavit of compliance.
Absolutely.
They also need to weed the planter areas.
Yeah, the way that my company works is the first time it's tenant responsibility. After this hearing, if they make me go to a hearing, we then take it over and charge it back to them. So that's what we're going to do. It's now,
Okay.
we're taking care of it.
Pull the weeds or round them up so they're dead by.
Yeah.
At least the planters. Some people don't need planters. I have them. We weed them all the time. It's such a pain. Okay,
Thank
you're
you.
done.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Next is 19-000511848 Balsam Drive, Janet E. Riblet, Janet E. Riblet Trust, and Janet E. Riblet Trust title holder.
The code section is 622-108.4. Gas tank was done without a permit. I observed this violation on 1/2/19, mailed a notice of violation, notice of hearing, certified, and got the green card back signed but not dated. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
See, if you had a better fence, they may not have seen your tank. You have a signed green card. Do you have service?
Can you state your name for the record?
Yeah,
ma'am?
my name is Shelley Mumal. I'm representing my mother, Jan.
We need your last name.
Shelley Mumal.
Can you
Okay,
spell it?
Shelley, spell your-
Mumaw.
All right, and you were a daughter.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, notice of violation, and the signed green card.
Got it.
Exhibit 2, proof of ownership, and Exhibit 3, photograph of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm a little jealous because that's like having your hurricane thing already ready to go.
I was
But
prepared. I was prepared
unfortunately,
because
those
you never
things-
know. We're in Florida. You never know when you're going to get them, right?
Right, but, unfortunately, those things can go boom.
Okay.
And that's why they want them permitted, so the neighbors at least have a chance of, not getting blown up.
Exactly. Okay. I just have a question. We bought the house in like late 70s, middle 70s. My parents did. And the gas tank was there. Okay, in September, they sent me a letter from the gas company telling me they're going to relocate my gas tank. Okay, well, I didn't know why or any reason. A company came and they subcontracted them out and relocated my gas tank. It was sitting behind the house underneath the bedroom window. They'd moved it over to where the chain link fence is to where you can see it. Well, never knew we had to have the permit on it because when we bought the house, every house in Royal Palm back then had the propane tanks. So when I got all this, I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I called the gas company. For the last 3-4 weeks now, I've been calling them back and forth with them and everything. We finally got it squared away today, huh, Gail? Anyway.
Hopefully.
So, yeah. So I finally got with them yesterday and told them I've been contacting you for 3 weeks. Nobody's gotten back to me. I go to a hearing tomorrow night. I need something done here. Guy was very rude to me yesterday. Called back today. I got the same gentleman. He was very nice. Put me on hold for 8 minutes. Next thing you know, I turn around. He goes, "We're going to have the permit. The company's going to take care of it for you." So that's where I'm at from there. I already got the pressure cleaning on the sidewalk taken care of. Got the wood taken down off the shutters taken down off the side of the house. Then when I got this notice over where the gas tank is, there was garbage cans out there and all. That wasn't mine. It's on my paper, but that's the neighbor's. So anyway,
Okay, well,
that's the only problem that we
The only
did
thing
not.
I see in front of me is gas tank done without a permit. Everything else is, not an issue to me. I don't care what happened. And actually, I do care what happened. Just the fact that you fixed it means something to me.
Yeah.
So it means that she's working on it. So she's going to get a permit issued, or she's going to get a permit applied for by the contractor, which is a nice thing.
Right.
So it's not her real fault. So we're going to do the 4-1 thing.
Essentially the same, compliance by 328 or the 410 hearing.
All right.
Or
Well,
$25
328 sounds better than 4-1 anyway.
Or $25
four-
deadline.
4-1 just sounds wrong. Here, April Fools. All right, 328, 41025 on the gas tank permit. Just follow up. Make sure
Okay.
they get it done.
I sure will.
Okay.
I've been on them, believe me.
Thank you. Keep on them. Sometimes they just need a little extra motivation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And sir, I got to let you know you're very fair.
Thank you. Great.
Next, we're moving to page 6. We're staying on violation hearings. 19-0012-1188 Grandview Circle, Patricia A. Maldonado and Christian A. Negrin.
Code Section 14.4, disabled, unregistered, unused vehicles. I observed this violation on 1/3/19. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/3/19. They signed for it on 1/5/19. Like to know those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay, here we go. Get on the right page, down here. Got it. All right, we have signed green card, yes. Let me look at the rest of this real quick. Okay. Signed green card equals service.
Christian Negrin.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is a notice of hearing, notice of violation, and green card. Exhibit 2, proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3, photographs of the violations. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
All right, which ones are out?
The red car appears to be missing parts off the front of it, and then the greenish car, the one back tire looks very low. I haven't seen the red car move since I wrote this in January. And I did actually speak with him today in reference to the vehicles, so.
All right.
How you doing?
Mr. Negrin, what are you going to do with these cars?
Well, the green car is a gift to my brother. He just has to earn his rights to it. He's moving back to New Jersey, so if he's not going to keep it, I'll get rid of it.
Yeah, well, if you put it in the garage, no one cares. Okay,
No
do you have
garage.
no room?
Have a garage.
No garage, well, that's the problem then.
Yeah.
All right, well, so the green one, it's got to be an issue, and the other one, what's the truck?
The red car.
Is it a car or truck?
It's a
It's
car.
a car. It doesn't have the fenders on it.
Yeah, the front fenders are gone.
Does that make it inoperable?
It has to be road ready.
You don't. I didn't know I needed the fenders.
Not sure
The
if it has a
fenders that I
current
have for
tag.
the
They have
car.
out-of-state tags on them, and there's no proof that they're current.
Okay, so we have, well, the out-of-state
move.
tags doesn't have a sticker or anything on them, so you can't
Right.
tell if they're current.
Yep.
Are your out-of-state tags current or not?
I have to check with my brother.
Yeah, I mean, if your vehicles are tagged and insured, they're fine. Okay? You probably need some fenders. I guess they're not into rat rods or anything like that.
It has the fenders. They're in the shed, but I
Yeah.
don't. They're carbon fiber, so I don't leave them out in the sun.
Well, put them on, let her look at them, and that way they'll at least be fixed for one time. But, you may want to just get them painted and put on there just to get them out of the shed and get your project moving along.
Okay.
Okay, and the green thing, got to deal with that. If the brother wants to pick it up, that's great. If he wants to pay for storage, that's great. If he wants to insure it, that's great. Your stuff's not as old as my stuff. I have a recent truck and some really old stuff.
Yeah.
And my really old stuff is really cheap to insure. I mean, my Mustang GT is $58 for the year.
Yeah.
My 68 Jeep's $250 for the year. So, but it depends. If you want to insure it and keep them, that's yours. If you don't, that's
I
fine
won't
too.
pay for it. That's coming out of his pocket.
Yeah.
Special magistrate, not only do they have to have a current tag, they also have to move every 30
Well, yeah.
days
Well, I know. You see me drive my stuff around here.
in code.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you got to turn them around. Okay. If you're keeping the red thing, whatever it is, once a month, flip it. Nose forward, nose back. That's all it takes. But the rest of these, when do you want them off?
Compliance by 328 or the 410.
Okay, that
fine
gives you
hearing
enough time.
Or $25 a day fine.
328, 410, 25. You need to kind of give yourself a mental note that at the end of March, you're going to call this lady when things are good. If you have to get the brother to move the car to a different friend's house, that's great. And just deal with your red thing and, either fix it or flip it or put it somewhere else. But, it's fixable, it's insurable. If you want it, I love toys. Everyone's got to have
it's
toys.
a toy.
I mean, you got to have a project. If I didn't have a project to work on, I'd buy one to work on. All right, 328, 410, 25 is granted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. 19-0019-1472 Donwoods Lane, Sarai Gutierrez and Daniel A. Mendo.
Code section 2657, structure without a permit. I observed this violation on 1/8/19. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/8/19. They signed on 1/10/19. I'd like to enter those following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
Pergola? Possibly. Signed green card equals service.
Daniel Mando.
Thank you. These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, notice of violation, and the signed green card. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership, and Exhibit 3 is photographs
Yes.
of the violation. I'm sorry, Exhibit 4 is also ISO 400 permit information.
Yeah.
Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. So did you put this one up or was that there?
Yeah,
What?
I did.
Oh, okay. They consider these structures because they're worried about hurricanes and.
Right.
So you either have to get it permitted.
Which
or-
one I'm waiting for?
Okay, you have it submitted?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Okay, so we'll give him time because he's,
Yep.
he's ahead of the game here.
We're asking for compliance by
328
328 or the 410 hearing or $25 a day.
work
fine.
for you?
Sure.
Great.
Should be done, yeah.
Well, hopefully if if you're in, it looks like it's right behind your house, right?
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be in setbacks. You should be good.
Everything's
If
good,
they've
yeah.
accepted your permit, you've got the right age survey for it.
Exactly,
Good.
yep.
Excellent. Okay, hopefully it all works out. I built an 8-foot by 10-foot play structure for my kids. It's 2 stories tall, 13 feet high.
Wow.
The 3-tab dimensional shingles match the roof of the house.
Oh my God.
Made it through 3 hurricanes. One city manager said, just build it. And I called a different city attorney and she said, you better permit that thing. And she was the city attorney for Royal Palm Beach. So I said, I think I'll follow your advice.
There you go.
And that's before I had the fence built, and there's no way you could miss that.
Yeah, yeah.
Making things huge. All right, take care, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're good, yes.
You'll get an order from us, but as long as you get it permitted before the 28th, and make sure you call. You know, they may not talk to each other. Permitting, I don't know, do you people play the permitting and the code enforcement? Or Oh, you talk? It's good. It's all good then.
Next is 19-0031-10719 Southern Boulevard, SST 210719 Southern Boulevard, LCA PTA EX number 8665.
Wow.
Code Section 2041, flags are prohibited. I observed this violation on 1/12/16, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/16/19. They signed for it on 1/22/19. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
They call them feather signs or flag signs or something, right? All right, you have a signed green card. You have service. You please.
Can you state your name, ma'am, for the record?
Hope Nichols,
Nichols?
Nickels.
Ah, see, not even close. Nickels, dimes, and pennies. Come on.
Yes,
And your relation or affiliation?
I'm the site manager.
Thank you.
Okay.
Enter into evidence, Exhibit 1 is the notice of hearing, the notice of violation, and the signed green card.
Okay.
Exhibit 2, proof of ownership, and Exhibit 3, photographs of the violation. Do you have any objection to these documents?
No.
Thank you.
Okay. Admitted without objection. So it's just those 2 blue flag signs, and she can pull them out by when?
Pull them out.
Well, I know she could do it tonight, but when do you want them to have them done?
Compliance by 2/28 or the 3/13 hearing or $25 a day fine.
Or I could have it done tomorrow.
Or you could do it on the 27th and call them and have it inspected if you want to, like, work your life there on the edge. Ooh. Or you could just pull them out and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they just pull right out, so.
Yeah, they'll pull out, take a picture, and make sure you call so she can inspect it. Gives Margaret something to do.
Okay.
Okay, take care. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next, we're moving to the fine mitigation hearings, 18-1023, 932 Hibiscus Drive, Douglas W. Cone. And Special Magistrate, we are running into a time situation.
Okay, so
Just so you know.
be fast.
Yes, sir.
This is the guy with the sailboat who tried to give it away and no one would take it, and he finally got rid of it. And how much is his fine?
The fine amount is $450.
I'd like to enter into evidence the order assessing fine, Exhibit 2, affidavit of compliance, Exhibit 3, request for fine mitigation, and Exhibit 4, verification of ownership.
Why should the fine be reduced?
First, state your name for the record, please.
Oh, come on, it's Douglas Cone. He's been here 3 times.
Doug Cone,
Thank you.
C-O-N-E.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, why should the fine be reduced? Because you've done all these things to try to get rid of that boat, right?
I sold it before I can't talk.
You sold it before the first hearing, but the guy couldn't pick it up. You gave it away another time, and the guy didn't pick it up, and now you're trying to get rid of it.
You have a better memory than I do about my problem. But I wanted to give you this letter to read because the last time I was in here, you seemed to think that I was being lackadaisical about trying to get rid of it, and I had a whole lot of other stuff going on at the time.
That's okay.
And
So how much do you want the fine reduced to?
0,
Well, that's not going to happen, but we'll get
At-
close.
$25.
How about 150? That'll take care of it, and they have costs they have to
Just so,
do.
well, I've been going through prostate cancer. I've been in a car accident. My spine is in bad shape. My younger brother has stage 4 liver cancer. I've been trying to take care of that.
$50 by when?
Okay,
313.
thank you.
Enough.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Where
Next.
do I pay it?
You pay her after you get the
I'll
order.
receive it in the mail?
Yeah, but I don't sign them till Monday, so you won't get them till next
Okay.
Tuesday. When we're closed Monday?
We're closed Monday.
Well, that's going to mess up my golf. I better play Wednesday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next is 18-1598, 757 Orchid Drive, Charles Evans and Joanne Downey.
The only good news about these is these are all 18s. They can't be big fines. Okay, next.
I'd like to enter into evidence the order assessing fine, Exhibit 2, affidavit of compliance, Exhibit 3, request for fine mitigation, and Exhibit 4, verification of ownership.
Okay, your name, sir.
Charles Evans.
And why should the fine be reduced? What is the fine?
$850.
And why should the fine be reduced?
By the time I became aware, I was already in the fine process. As soon as I became aware that I was being fined, I had the contractor stop the work he was doing on the inside and paint the outside where the paint chips were being cited.
How much did you pay the contractor?
Oh, in total?
No, just for the outside.
Just for the outside, 32, I think it came to.
Okay. $850 fine. What's the village's position?
We are leaving this to your discretion, but we would just ask that you understand that we still have additional legal costs in getting the lien released. So those are typically $250.
Okay, $250 by when?
60 days would be 412.
$250 by 412. If you pay it, it goes away.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Take care.
Thank you.
And then we have to swear these two in. What address are you for?
180 Sandpiper, it's a fine.
Raise your right hands. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You guys, raise your right hands. Left hand, dude. Right hand, both of you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Say, I do. Okay, great.
180 Sandpiper Avenue.
Yep, I got it. 18-1764, 180 Sandpiper Avenue, Robesville, Rajadel Martinez.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
All right, signed green card equals service. What am I looking at? Pictures of door boo-boos.
Door boo-boos and driveway boo-boos.
And driveway boo-boos. Okay. Wow, you can get all kinds of furniture through that big door. All right, signed green card equals service.
Can you
Number
state your names for the
17.
record, please?
Robisbel Rajader.
And your name, sir, if you're going to be speaking?
Justo Rajadel.
Which one are we on? Sandpiper?
180, third one.
180, okay. What was it, Gustav what?
Rajadel.
Oh.
These are the exhibits that the village would like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1 is the previous order finding violation. The signed green card. Exhibit 2 is proof of ownership. And Exhibit 3 is photographs of the violation. Any objection to these documents?
¿Cómo vemos? Que es una foto y
I
que-
think it was
Never mind.
Yeah, he's
that
fine.
guy.
It's okay.
No, and then there was Gustav, and I never got Gustav's last name.
La apuesta es una cosa. Sí, pero ya se presentó el permiso.
Amadale, okay.
Gustav is Ramadan?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I take it these are still out.
Yes. They have pressure cleaned the planter wall on the roof. But yeah, the door still needs repaired and the driveway is going to require being repainted.
Okay.
And these have been out of compliance for 5 days, so we'd be asking for a fine of $125 and continuing.
All right, they're saying that you fixed some things, but you didn't fix other things.
Excuse me, sir. We already put the permit for changing the door.
What?
We already put the permit for fixing the door.
All right, has the permit been issued?
Yes. ¿Tú pusiste?
Sí, ya se presentó ahí.
Yeah, already issued it.
Okay, if the permit's been issued, they have 6 months to fix it then, right?
For that, but the driveway still is an issue.
Okay. Okay, so we still have one more thing, which is the driveway.
No, I don't. I think
Lou,
we're
can we look and
on
make sure that that permit, because if, I want the order to be correct, if that is not in fact
180
been issued.
Sandpiper Avenue.
Okay, one sec. Well, when she's doing that, we're gonna do the rest of this because you said we have time issues. They're also saying that the driveway needs to be repainted.
Okay. Como ve que hay que pintar el driveway. All right.
Okay, anyone who ever paints a driveway, you can never get it right again. You have to keep painting it forever. So he needs to paint the driveway for the fines to stop.
All right.
So tell him.
Ya que tenemos que pintarlo el driveway para que no tenemos que volver más. Okay. All right.
Do they need a permit to paint their driveway, or they just need to paint it?
They just
He
need
does
to
not
paint
need a
it.
permit. He just needs to paint it
All right.
with something. You know.
Anything.
Anything.
It doesn't matter
You-
the color.
No.
Don't go too tacky.
Yeah.
No purples and
Yeah.
crap. You can't paint the sidewalk.
There is no sidewalk
There's
on
no sidewalk
Sandpiper.
there? Okay, good. That's the only problem. There's a lot of places, you know, they take the paint all the way down and then it's slick on the side. They don't have that problem?
No, they don't.
Okay, so,
So, and they applied yesterday for windows and 3 doors. Yesterday, a company did.
okay.
Permit has not been issued, so that remains out of compliance.
Okay, so we have to, you're gonna have a small fine running until your permit is issued and your thing's painted.
Okay.
The weekend should be better than now because the rain should be gone. See if you can, you know, get it rolled and as long, the last thing that's gonna happen is going to be what stops the fines. Okay, so the last thing that's happening here is gonna be the issuance of the permit, and that should take about 2 or 3 weeks.
All right.
So if he gets the drivewalk paint or this driveway painted at that same time, it'll all stop at the same time.
All right. So si pintamos el driveway y tratamos de arreglar todo entre 2 semanas.
Damn, I wish I was that fluent.
Y ya uno pararía todo de cabeza. All right. Thank you.
Okay? We're sorry about the fine, but it will stop. It will only be a couple $100 when he's done.
All right.
Call when you get it all
All
completed
right.
and pick
I'll
up
be
the
sure to
permit.
call. All right. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys.
All right, so what am I doing? 125 plus continuous granted.
Thank you.
Moving back to page 1 of the agenda, back to fine assessment hearings, 18-1826 is being pulled, 18-1993 is being pulled.
That's good.
Moving to
Fast.
page 2, 18-1770, 177 Sunflower Circle, Carlos A. and Jessica T. Nava.
I'd like to enter the following
Yes.
documents into evidence. Exhibit
Wait
1,
1 second.
previous order,
Wait,
finding
wait, wait, wait.
violation.
One question. For the number, could I have your number so I can call you?
Yes. You know, I'm sorry.
It'll be in the order.
I'll be in the order.
Yeah, it'll be the bold part of the order.
All right.
Oh, he's gonna give you a card though.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No
Have a
problem.
good night.
All
Again,
right.
I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, previous order, finding violation. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Green card equals service. Is this a finding of fact or is this a fine?
It's a fine assessment, we're asking for no fine, in order
No
assessing no
fine.
fine.
Okay, no fines granted.
Thank you.
Next.
Repeat violations, 18-1379, 865 Hibiscus Drive, TAH 2018, One Borrower LLC.
Find it amazing that we like whack out most of pages and then skip pages entirely. This is all because Gail's wearing her hair down now.
We need to correct, the case number should be 19-03
19-03 for Hibiscus Drive?
for 865 Hibiscus Drive, yes, sir.
19-03, it's corrected. Anything else correcting? All right, let's go for the case.
Code section is 2318B3. This is a repeat violation for parking on the lawn.
Lou?
I observed this violation on 1/2/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 4, pictures.
Okay, signed green card equals service. They're parking on the grass. What would you like?
Yeah, they parked there for 3 days, so we'd be asking for a fine of $150. It was a
$150,
$50 a
no
day.
continuing is granted.
Thank you. 19-0068, 819 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Margarita I. McPherson.
Code section is 2318B3. This is also a repeat violation for parking on the lawn. I observed this violation on 1/19/19. Got the green card back signed. Like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right, the 119's easy. 22, there's one tire off. What would you like?
And again, this was out of compliance on 3 days, 119, 22, and 25, so $150, no continuing.
150, no continuing is granted.
19-0069, 848 Royal Palm Beach Boulevard, Lonia F. Harris.
Like the Parking on Lawn Festival.
The code section is 2318B3. This is also a repeat violation for parking on the lawn. I observed this violation on 1/19/19. Got the green card back signed. Like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, order finding violation. Exhibit 3, verification of ownership. And Exhibit 4, pictures. I don't have pictures in for all of the days, but it was
That's all right, your testimony will work.
124, 127, 21, 23, 24, 25, and 212.
How much?
And that's 8 instances at $50, so $400 and not continuing.
400, no continuing is granted. This is why I bought a double-wide circular driveway house.
19-0048, 113 Moorgate Circle, Johann Alexander.
Code sections 14.406, 190, A1, 3, and 5, disabled vehicles, sidewalk and driveway are stained. Observed this violation on 1/16/19, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/16/19, posted it to the property. Like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, previous order finding violations. Exhibit 3, verification ownership. Exhibit 4, pictures.
All right, so the stuff is, there, finally I get to it. It's the car behind the fence?
Yeah, they moved him from the driveway to behind the fence, and I spoke with the owner on the 1st of February and told him that wasn't good enough, and they're still there.
Oh, well, how much?
This has been out for 29 days at $50 a day, so a fine of $1,450 and continuing.
$1,450 plus continuing is granted. The car's
Thank
probably
you.
not worth that.
19-0125 is being pulled. Now to violation hearings, 18-1986, 2090 Reston Circle, Thomas Kalka.
Code section is 6190A, driveway and sidewalk are stained. Like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay. All right, affidavit of service is service. What would you like?
This one, we're asking for compliance by 3/28 or the 4/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
18-1987, 112 Churchill Drive, Walter J. Grace.
Code sections are 14.4A and 12.4C, disabled unregistered vehicle and garbage can not screened from view. I observed this violation on 11/27/18, posted it on the property. Like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Honda Pilot with a
This is
2018.
a finding of fact.
Oh. You make me do eye strain and it's finding your fact. Granted. Next.
18-1989, 792 Orchid Drive, Daryl and Josephina Foster.
Code section is 2318B1, prohibited vehicle over 20 feet. I observed this violation on 11/27/18, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed but not dated. Like to enter into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
All right, side green card equals service.
We'd be asking for compliance by 3/28 or the 4/10 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
18-2008, 157 Ponce de Leon Street, Pablo E. Ruiz and Nereda A. Diaz.
The code sections are 14.4A, 6190A and 14.2, disabled unregistered vehicle, fence, drive, and sidewalk stained, and wood debris stored on the lawn. I observed this violation on 12/3/18, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and posted them on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Okay, I see a 2017 tag on the car. What else do I need to hear about? So they had a fence and driveway stain, kind of wood stored on the lawn, all that. Okay, what do you want? 328, 410,
Yes,
25?
sir, and 25, yes, sir.
Granted.
18-2036, 200 Cordoba Circle, FYR SFR Borrower LLC.
Code sections 14.4A and 23.16, disabled unregistered vehicles and parking on the swale without moving every 24 hours. I observed this violation on 12/14/18, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got it, and it was mailed to the Virgin Islands, so it was mailed regular mail. I would like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
It's on St. Croix. Christiansted. I grew up in St. Thomas.
Oh.
All right, what would you like?
Compliance by 228 or the 313 fine hearing or $25 day fine.
Granted.
19-0006, 103 Royal Pine Circle North, Millard Sherman and Karen Sherman Chang.
Code section is 2318B23, restricted trailer parked on the back, in the backyard. I'd like to,
Yep.
I mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified on 1/2/19 and posted them on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Is that the backyard or the side yard? It's not screened either way.
It's the backyard.
Okay, just clarifying, okay. I don't know the angle of that picture, and you do. So 328?
Yes, sir, or 410 fine hearing or $25 day fine.
Granted.
19-0045, 900 Camellia Drive, Alfred DePaulo Jr.
Code section is 2318B2, restricted trailer parked in the backyard and not screened from view. I observed this violation on 1/16/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed but not dated. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
You didn't get him for parking in the yard. All right, you have service. What would you like on this one?
Compliance by 328 or the 410 fine hearing or $25 day fine.
Granted.
19-0033, 686 Hibiscus Drive, George A. and Donna M. Price.
Code section is 2657 and 124C. It's a playset without a permit and a garbage can not screened. I observed this violation on 1/14/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed but not dated. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, pictures.
Mine's
It's
so
a
much
finding of fact.
bigger. Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you. 19-0034, 743 Hibiscus Drive, BHA Properties LLC.
Code section is 124C, garbage can and recycle bins not screened from view. I observed this violation on 1/14/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence, Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
You have a track and confirm. So we got a garbage can and other miscellaneous junk in front of the caddy. Caddy's not a screen, though. Okay.
We'd be asking for
228 or 228?
228, compliance by 228 or the 313 fine hearing or $25 day fine.
228, 313, 25 granted.
19-0041, 105 Ponce de Leon Street, Carlo and Majorie Andrusel.
Code section is 6190A and 6135, drive and sidewalk are stained and house numbers not posted on the property. I'd like to enter into evidence, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
The guy has an edger. He does a very good job. The rest of the yard, not so much, but the...
This is a finding of fact, though.
Granted.
Thank you. 19-0042, 749 Orchid Drive, Julio and Alexandra Balmaceda.
Code section is 2318B3, parking on the lawn. I observed this violation on 1/16/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed. I'd like to enter into evidence Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, Exhibit 2, verification of ownership, and Exhibit 3, picture.
That's the driveway my mother's house used to have in South Miami in the old days. 2 strips where you could leak your car's oil into the grass like real people. What would you like?
Compliance by 328 or the 410 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
328, 410, 25 is granted.
19-0044861 Camellia Drive, Orestes Garcia.
Code section is 9-1, fence was done without a permit. I observed this violation on 1/16/19, mailed the notice of violation, notice of hearing certified, and got the green card back signed but not dated. I'd like to enter into evidence Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, and verification of ownership, Exhibit 3, pictures, and this is also a finding of fact.
Did you get them to take down the Christmas lights? No?
Not a violation.
All right, finding of fact is granted. Good to know.
18-1913 10214 Pinafore Lane, Bonnie J. Risley.
What are you doing? Lost your cube.
Code section 622-108.4, they re-stuccoed the house without a permit. I observed this violation on November 1st of 18, sent out a notice of violation, notice of hearing on 11/1/18, posted it to the property, and they also came in the office and got a copy of it. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
So did they ever get a permit or?
No.
No, that's why you're showing me the S400. Okay,
We're asking for compliance by 328 or the 410 fine assessment hearing or $25 a day fine.
granted.
Thank you.
18-2034 10793 Del Monte Way, Denilza Villalona.
Code section 9.5, hedges exceed maximum allowable height. I observed this violation on 12/13/18, sent out a notice of violation, notice of hearing on 12/13/18, and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
Yeah, kind of tall.
Little.
I think it's Dunny Lisa. It's one of those funky spelling names. You have service via posting,
Again, we're asking for compliance by 328 or the 410 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
granted.
Thank you.
18-2042 10560 Summertime Lane, Richard and Ariadna M. Corcio Wong.
Code section 2657, a gazebo or canopy without a permit. I observed the violation on 12/17/18, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 12/17/18, posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information. Exhibit 5,
Finding
affidavit
of
of
fact is
compliance.
granted. Waited for the last bit.
18-2043 108 Locust Lane, Charles W. and Victoria Wasson.
Code section 2318, restricted vehicle not parked to code. I observed the violation on 12/17/18, sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 12/17/18, and received it on 12/21/18. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact is granted. Is restricted trailers not in vogue anymore? We're all vehicles now.
Pardon?
It used to say restricted trailer. This is a restricted vehicle. Yeah, just
18
questioning the verbiage. Go ahead.
18-2046 272 Sandpiper Avenue, Senelia Castellanos.
Code section is 622, 108.4, and 2657. Work without a permit, shade structure, and a deck. I observed the violation on 12/19/18, sent out a notice of violation, notice of hearing on 12/19/18, and posted it to the property. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification of ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures. Exhibit 4, AS400 permit information.
So it wasn't a boat ride. It was walking the neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want?
We're asking for compliance by 328 or the 410 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
328, 410, 25. You had service via posting. Go ahead.
18-
Next.
2053 10401 Showboat Lane, Scott M. Perry.
Code section 06190A1, 2, wood area, paint on the wood area is chipping and faded. I observed the violation on 12/27/18, sent out notice of violation on notice of hearing on 12/28/18. They signed for it on 12/30/18. 1819, pardon me. Like to
20.
have the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact is granted.
Thank you. If I could talk.
19-0077-10634 Aquarius Lane, Heavenly Houses LLC.
Code section is 1557 and 1564.
Where are we going? We skipped Mary Hill House because we're no
sorry.
houses on hills here.
I'm sorry, 18-2054, 1341 West Side Way, Mary C. Hill House.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I was on. Code section 1557 and 1564, high grass and weeds. Vertical clearance is not met at the sidewalk. I observed this violation on 12/27/18. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 12/28/18. They signed for it on 1/17/19. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing, affidavit of service. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, pictures.
That is an interesting looking blob of bush. Okay, you have a signed green card. What do you like?
We're asking for compliance by 2/28 or the 3/13 fine hearing or $25 a day fine.
Granted.
Thank you.
Now to 19-0077, 10634 Aquarius Lane, Heavenly Houses LLC.
Code section 1557 and 06190D, high grass and weeds, planting areas are not maintained. I observed this violation on 1/22/19. Sent out notice of violation, notice of hearing on 1/23/19. I'd like to enter the following documents into evidence. Exhibit 1, notice of violation, notice of hearing. Exhibit 2, verification ownership. Exhibit 3, picture. Exhibit 4, affidavit of compliance.
Finding of fact?
Yes, please.
Granted. I thought I saw Heavenly Horses here, and it's Heavenly Houses. And I'm like, oh, the horses just eat that stuff, it'll be fine.
They
All right, are we done?
That's it, thank you.
7:15, you wanted to be done before 7:30, you won.